Hey there, this is Mini here. Today I'm going to talk about something super important, taking control of your finances, especially if you are a woman who's always relied on a male family member to take care of your money, whether it's your dad, your brother, your partner, or your husband. This video is for you. Trust me, it's time to be financially independent, or should I say, financially educated and secure your future. Let's get started. Welcome back to the channel Grow with Minz. If you are new here, I am Menon, a corporate professional turned mindset coach. On this channel, I share tips about personal development, practices to embrace self acceptance and self compassion. Today's topic is about empowering women to manage their finances better. Have you ever felt like you're financially dependent and want to change it? Then you're at the right place. I'm going to share some practical tips and strategies to help you understand the world of finance a little better. Okay, so let me tell you a personal story to share with you how I started. Okay, so from the time I started working, my dad has always taken care of my finances for me. Okay, so he would tell me where is it that I need to invest, how much is it that I need to invest, what do I have to do to ensure that I can, for the tax purposes, what are the investments that I need to do, how to do tax filing, then all of those things. So if you understand, so he would tell me what is the amount that I should save and what is the amount that I can use, all of that. So though I was earning, but I was not financially independent per se, because I was still dependent on my dad to tell me what is to be done with the finances. And just like you, I also found the world of finance or finances to be a little complicated. So it so happened and it continued. Okay, it went on. My dad would tell me every day, every year, what is it that I need to do? How do I save the taxes and all of those things? And what are the instruments that I should invest in? How to file the taxes? He would get the tax. He would also help me get it filed. Or he'll take me to a CA, though I would not even look at what they were doing, but he would get everything done for me. I was just accompanying in them. Cut to few years later when I got married. So now my dad said that, okay, see, you've got married now and you're moving out, and you and your husband would have your own financial goals. So it'll not be good if I tell you what is it that you need to do. And I've been telling you, I've been showing you how to do it. So now why don't you do it on your own? I said, okay. I was a little hesitant. I said, no, you continue to help me out. He said, I will help you out, but you have to manage the whole thing. I was like, okay. I was a little skeptical, but then I decided, okay, let me start. So I slowly and steadily I started. And that is also when one day, so I am familiar, I can do online transactions with ease. I know how to handle the ATM card, and I know how to withdraw, and all of those things I was familiar with. But this is a incident, and that is when I realized, that is when I realized, okay, how dependent I was on my dad. So uh, one day I went to the ATM to withdraw my money, and for some reason my ATM was not working. I don't remember if it was the issue with my card or with the ATM machine, and I needed money urgently. So the bank was just next door. So I went there and told them, see, the ATM is not working. I need to withdraw money. So they said, yeah, there is some problem. You can withdraw it from here now. From here. So I asked, okay, what do I have to do? I said, this is the amount that I want to withdraw. She said, ma'am, you have to fill a form. I said, okay, where is the form? So she showed me where the form is, and that form looked. I didn't understand anything on that form, though it was written in plain English. So then I struggled to fill the form there. There was a person who was there who helped me to fill what is. I filled. I withdrew my money, and that is when I realized that I am working, I am financially independent. I mean, I'm earning my money, but I don't know how to manage it, or I don't know anything when it comes to managing my finance. Also, so this was a small incident. Another thing that really, jolted me from my sleep or woke me up was while filing the taxes. So my dad used to file it for me. And the after I got married, yeah, after I got married, so when I wanted to file the tax, my dad was not here. He had gone to our native for some reason, and at that time, WhatsApp and the video calling and all was not in place at that time. So the only was calling and telling him and getting it done was becoming too much of a hassle for me. And that's when I realized that these are things. It's and so then it became too much of a hassle for me, and so I realized, okay, let me go online, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of material out there. Let me check it out. So I went online. It took me time to understand things, but I did finally understand. And once I filed my taxes on my own, I realized it's a very simple process. Online, it's a very simple process. And that is, from that is where I started to understand finance better. I became financially independent because I was earning my money and I was managing it too. And now, in today's day and age, you have so many resources available online. There are short courses that you can take. Now, see, when I'm telling you about financial independence or financial education, I am not telling you to understand finances like a CEO. Basic things of where should you invest? What is the returns that you're going to get? What is the goal that you have? So if you invest, if this is the goal, if it's a short term goal, where do you invest? If it's a long term goal, where do you invest? So these are things which I didn't know earlier, but I learned about it. Now I am not a financial expert, so I'm not going to share those tips of what to invest where, but I will, what here I'm going to share is how did I become financially educated? What did I do to understand this thing, this finance better? Okay. And I personally feel that this is a topic that should be taught from the lower standards in school. Children should be taught how to manage finances and not wait for them to grow up and start earning and understand how it is to be done. I think a lot of kids nowadays with internet and with YouTube are much more financial savvy than maybe kids my generation. But yeah, so I will share some tips and I'll share some strategies that I use to understand finance better, so hoping it'll help. So the first tip that I want to share with you is educate yourself, become financially literate. Now, you'll see, nahi yaar, it's a very, I don't understand the terms, बहुत मुश्किल है. It is not. You're thinking it is difficult, that is why you find it to be difficult. Now, I'm not asking you to understand finances in a way that you can become a CA or a CFO of a company. No. All I'm asking you is to understand finances so that you can manage your finances better. Okay, for personal finance, it's easy. You have tons of material, tons of courses, videos that are there online, which you can go and refer to, and they explain it to you in simple terms. It will help you understand the financial terms. This way, you will be able to start off. You know, okay, what is it that you need to do before you're finding it too overwhelming? Now it will become easier for you. Okay, now if you are somebody who reads book, and this is one book which really helped me. The name of the book is The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a classic, it's a small book. It The financial wisdom, it has tons of financial wisdom, and if you can apply those simple things that is mentioned in the book, your life will change forever. Trust me, I'm saying from personal experience. Now you've educated yourself. The next step, now this is where you actually start managing your finance. Okay, start by budgeting. So every month, maybe at the end of the previous month, you can, so if you are starting out right now, write down what is the income that you have. Now that income can be your professional income or your work income that you're getting. If there is anything else, if you have a side hustle that you're doing, include all of your incomes in that. Okay, just mention what is your income. Now, and here is a rule to allocating the money for different purposes. Okay, so listen to this very carefully. So you can, the rule or the percentage that you can apply is 50, 30, 20. 50% for your needs. I'll explain what it is. Just listen to it right now. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings and your debt repayments. Okay, today nowadays we all have either loans or credit card payments, so you need that percentage. Now, what I would suggest you do that is when you get your income, firstly allocate that 20%. Keep that 20% aside. Don't even touch it. Move it if you need. Move it to a different account. Keep it there so you know. Okay, you have this much amount of savings. Your debt repayment will also be taken care of. After you've done that, now you come to the 50%. Now, this is for your needs. What is needs? I want that beautiful dress that I saw at Zara the other day. That is not your needs. That is your wants. Okay. Now, needs are what do you need to have your life go on uninterrupted? It could be your groceries, your rents, if you're saying on rent, your electricity bill, your Wi-Fi bill, your medicine expenses that you would need to, if you need to take care of any medicines. All of this are your needs. Okay? रोटी कपड़ा और मकान जो बेसिक हमको चाहिए उसके लिए जो भी you need money, that is your needs. Now we come to wants, that is the 30%. Now in these wants is that dress that you want from Zara, or that beautiful shoe that you saw that you've been eyeing for so long and waiting for your salary to come so that you can go and buy. Now why did I say, now you might be wondering, why did you say 20%, 50% and then 30%, and I'll explain that. So 20% savings is important. Okay, if you want to be financially independent in true sense, then savings is important. So you keep that 20% aside. After you've deducted that 20%, so once you've kept that aside, baki ka jo 80% is what you will be looking at. Usme se 50% will go on for your needs. So 30% will be for your wants. Now here you'll say, Are yaar, 30% mein the one dress that I want is not going to come. That's fine. Keep it for now. Next time जब भी तुम्हारा salary आएगा, add that amount and you can go and buy it. You wait for one more month. See, a lot of times what we do is, so I see a lot of reels जहाँ पे salary आया and उसमें से rent गया, electricity गया and all of that. I understand sometimes your salary may not be that enough, but if you can control yourself, or if you can wait for a little longer, you will see that not only you get what you want, but your finances will be in a much, much, much better shape. Okay. Now you've done your budgeting. Now we'll move on to the third tip here. Now the third tip here is having emergency fund. Okay. So a lot of us, we are not happy with the work that we are doing. There is something that we want to achieve, but we are also working. We are working because bread, butter, right? But you want to do something, you want to explore something, or sometimes it so happens that there is an emergency, medical emergency that happens in the family, and a lot of your money will go into that. Sometimes you may not have that money and you will be wondering kaise karo. So here the emergency fund really helps you in this. So always have minimum 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses kept aside. Okay, don't consider your wants in that, but the other expenses. Like I said, wants is मुझे चाहिए, but अगर मुझे वो नहीं मिला, तो will my life stop? Will I stop living? नहीं, नहीं होगा. You still continue. Yeah. So keep that expenses at least minimum of 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses aside. So tomorrow, if there is any contingency, you are not left high and dry. You have a backup. Okay. This is the third tip. Now we'll go on to the fourth tip. Now the fourth tip is plan for your future. Okay. People say retirement planning, planning to buy a house or a long-term investment, plan for your future. Now, how do you do it is I would advise that you consult a certified financial planner or somebody who is certified, has good knowledge about this. I can just give you a small tip of based on my understanding. So what they usually do is you have to decide on an so let's take an example that you want to buy a house. Okay. So what is the and you want to buy a house not now. You want to buy it maybe 10 years time because right now I cannot afford that EMI or I cannot afford that the amount that I have to pay. But I will 10 years down the line I want to buy a house. So what is the price of the that house now? You apply the rate of inflation to it 10 years later. So there will be an amount that you will come up with it. And then work backward from that. Then from there, you calculate what is the amount that you need to save right now. You need to invest rather than saying saving, I would say invest right now so that you can afford that house, right? So plan for your future. And it need not be just house. If you're somebody who feels that I don't want to own a house, I don't want to be tied down, that's fine. You can plan your travel expenses as well. Okay. But plan for your future. It's always important that you plan for it. You know where is it that you want to go. So if you say I'm not somebody who plans for a long term, that's fine. You plan. It could be an education as well. So there is a higher education that you want to do. You know that maybe in couple of years, this is an education that I want to take. So plan for that. But planning is very important. It's just like having those goals and you're working towards those goals from now on. And financial when it comes to finances, you're just preparing yourself for that goals because money is important at the end of the day, right? We all People may say ki paisa haath ka mail hai, but this mail is really important. If you don't have it in your life, you struggle a lot. Okay, so that is why it is important. And the final tip is a very important tip. And if you are a working woman, then listen to it very carefully. Okay. Master the art of negotiation. I'll say it again. Master the art of negotiation. We women, we find it very difficult to ask for a raise. You are capable, you have done your job, you know that you have met all your KPI parameters. But when it comes to negotiating for a salary raise, you're like, Are kaise puchu? How do men ask for the salary raise? Because they know they have done the work, they deserve it. They ask for it. It's okay, ask for it. So this is something that my husband keeps telling all the time, and I think it applies to all areas of life. And I'll say it in Hindi. He says, दूध उसी बच्चे को मिलता है जो रोता है. If you don't cry, you're not going to get the milk, right? So if you don't ask for a raise, you're not going to get for it. So negotiate for it. You know what you have done, have everything ready with you, have a document every achievement that you have done, document every saving that you have made. It could be an FT saving, it could be a cost saving, whatever it is, documented. Being your blowing your own trumpet is the only way you're going to get what you deserve. Okay, so learn the art of negotiation. Firstly, for that, trust in yourself, believe you deserve it and ask for it. Okay, so this is something that I want all of you all. So I've learned it the hard way. So I was not always like this. I have learned it the hard way, and that is why I am telling you all that learn this art. It's the most valuable art that you can ever learn. It's a skill that you can ever learn. It's an important skill, and with finances, it's a powerful skill. So these are the tips which helped me understand finance better, manage my finance better. Okay. So I mean, like I told you, I'm not a financial expert. So I may not be able to give you too comprehensive information about this. But this is how I started, and I hope it helps you start off to manage your finance better. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know in comments if you want me to, what is the, if you want me to make more such videos on these topics, then I will do that. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay empowered, and you've got this.